Hi, my name is Adam Funk, and I'm an attorney in Houston, Texas. I specialize in birth injury lawsuits. Today, I want to talk to you about fetal intolerance of labor, what the term means, and why do hospitals and doctors use it, but what the truth of the matter actually is. So, first and foremost, what is fetal intolerance of labor? This is a medical term that hospitals and doctors started using just recently in order to indicate that a baby was not receiving oxygen during labor and that some sort of injury occurred after delivery of that baby. But essentially, what it really means is that the baby was not receiving oxygen. It doesn't mean that the baby was weak or that the baby couldn't handle it, it just means that the baby wasn't receiving oxygen. And that can happen for a various amount of reasons. Perhaps the cord was clamped, perhaps the baby had the cord wrapped around his or her neck. These are all various reasons why a baby doesn't receive oxygen to his or her brain. When that can occur, as you can imagine, no oxygen to a baby means no oxygen to the baby's brain, and that can cause death of brain cells, which can then therefore cause brain damage. Brain damage can cause a significant amount of cognitive delays as well as physical delays later on at birth. The reason that doctors and hospitals started using fetal intolerance of labor is because what they don't want to do is document that they missed oxygen deprivation during labor. When they write that a fetus did not tolerate the labor well, that's all that means, is that oxygen was not being received and that the medical providers didn't do enough to get oxygen to the baby. Saying that the fetus, blaming the fetus, that it could not tolerate the labor is a way to get around being able to receive blame for not addressing the oxygen deprivation issue. This is a very common tactic that hospitals and medical providers have started using recently to blame somebody else, not themselves, for their actions and their negligence. If you need to speak to somebody about whether or not your baby was deprived of oxygen as opposed to didn't tolerate the labor well, please give me a call. My name is Adam Funk, and I'm an attorney that specializes in birth injury lawsuits.